Hello, everyone, and welcome inside to Game 3 of the day at UCCU Ballpark. Our afternoon matinee features the 3-seeded Jordan Beetdiggers taking on the 13th-seeded Wasatch Wasps in Bracket 2 of play today. And while we have a moment, we'll look who the teams will be starting today. First for the Wasps at the bats, it's going to be Crew Erickson, followed by Chet Wilson, Jackson Bolden batting third, Cole Zimmerman batting fourth, Peyton Swap batting fifth, Jack Bluth batting sixth, Carter Bucad batting seventh, Tragan Shaw batting eighth, with Kelson Stocking batting ninth. So Crew Erickson, the junior left fielder, set to face off against Evan Atkinson, who gets the start for the Beetdiggers on the mound. First pitch is fouled back into the net. Looking at things in the field for the Beetdiggers, Caden Alder at the catcher spot, Cole Kershaw at first, Carter Perry at second, Cobra Carter at third, Boston Williams at shortstop, Hunter Gatt in left field, Stockton Mathis in center. And the drop 3 strikeout is a no-go for Erickson. So Atkinson with a strong start to the afternoon, 1 up, 1 down just as quickly as we begin things. With a little bit of an early start time, still 4:29 at the moment. And Bridger Beecham, the last Beetdigger in right field, we needed to mention. So the winner of this matchup will go on to play the winner of the Olympus Salem Hills game. That game tonight at 7. The loser of this game will go on to play the loser of the game I just mentioned. Another strike delivered by Atkinson, who's locked in. Chet Wilson fouls this one back to fall behind in the count. 0-2. Wilson, the junior, third baseman, awaits the pitch. That one delivered to the inside for the first ball of the at-bat. Jackson Bolden on deck, the pitcher who will get the start today. Also carries the designated hitter mark. He does at some point exit the game, will remain in the batting lineup or exit the mound. Two-two pitch. It's delivered to the inside. So first time we've reached full count in what's been a fun first day of bracket play. In our first game, Lehigh versus Maple Mountain, Lehigh won 10-0. As this chopper sails high, well played by the closing Carter, who gets it over to Kershaw on first in the nick of time. So strong play by Carter. Makes it 2 outs now. So Jackson Bolender now up with no runners on and 2 outs. In our second game of the afternoon, Orem versus Bountiful. It was a fun one that did go the distance, as this one's ripped into left field. A strong base hit off the crack of the bat for Bolender. So Bolender with the first base hit of the afternoon. We'll bring up Cole Zimmerman. Zimmerman, the junior first baseman. And Bolender is going to be the starting pitcher, so Wasps opt for the pinch runner. Craig McPhee, the pinch runner, at first. And this one sent into center field. It'll take a bounce before it reached Stockton Mathis. So back-to-back base hits for the Wasps as the bats come to life with 2 outs. They'll bring up Peyton Swap, the center fielder, a senior. Peyton's older brother, Hunter Swap, just finished up a phenomenal campaign at Salt Lake Community College where he won co-player region of the year honors, as I get tongue twisted here early. But 2 outs in the inning. Oh, 1 the count after the strike delivered. 2 runners on in the form of Will Bolander, or the pinch runner for Bolander. McPhee on second. Was Zimmerman settled at first. This one's launched into right field, but easily secured by Beecham. So the Beetdiggers give up 2 hits, but leave both stranded on, or the Wasps, as they get out of the inning. So Jordan will be due at the bats after a strong start defensively, led by Atkinson. And speaking of the bats, for the Jordan Beetdiggers, let's look at their batting order. It'll be Stockton Mathis, Hunter Gatt, Cole Kershaw, Caden Alder will bat cleanup, Evan Atkinson, the pitcher, Colton Austin, Kobe Carter will bat 7th, Carter Perry will bat 8th, with Bridger Beecham, the man who just ended the inning, batting 9th. In the field for the Wasps, mentioned Jackson Bolander going to get the start on the mound. It's where he currently resides, warming up with the blue glove. Kelson Stocking be the catcher. Cole Zimmerman at first, Jack Bluth at second, Chet Wilson in left field, Carter Boucade at shortstop, Crew Erickson in left field, Peyton Swap in center field, and Tragan Shaw in right field. Looking at the Wasps season, they enter bracket play today, 16-13. They were 10-5 in Region 9. And got the tightly contested win over Cottonwood to advance in the postseason. Won the first game 12-1, lost the second one 14-4. And the final one that took 8 innings, 11-10, the Wasps emerged victorious. As Watchass's infield comes together to talk things over of how they'd like to play, Mathis, the junior right fielder, leads things off for the Beetdiggers. Or check that, center fielder, Stockton Mathis. Wasps also defeated Thule in a home playoff game in the first round, 10-0, to help them advance to where we now reside at UCCU Ballpark. Bolander. So that one's popped up by Mathis, but well out of play. So 1-1 our count. Wasatch made contact late, but couldn't bring in the 2 runs, left both stranded on. Bolander pulls ahead in the count. This one takes a hop directly to Bluth, who gets it to Zimmerman for the first out of the bottom of the first. Well played by Bluth. Hunter Gotti, the junior right fielder, now due up. He'll look to get things started at the plate for the Beetdiggers as he watches ball 1 pass. For Jordan, they ended the season on a 7-game winning streak, with the first 2 of those wins occurring against Orem, a team that just lost And a fun game to Bountiful. 2-1 our count. Bolander delivers another that's fouled off by Gotti. And Gotti does it again, trying to protect home plate as he sits in the count 2-2. This one, Sales, is it going to be fair? It will be, as Crew Erickson makes the sliding catch from left field. Closes in on it and retires Gotti. That'll bring up Cole Kershaw. This is how things started for the Wasps. 0-2 with their first batters, then made direct contact the next two. That's what Cole Kershaw, the first baseman, will look to do. Beetdiggers earned the 3 seed after going 21-6 in the season, 15-3 in Region 8 play. Wasatch is led by head coach McKay Jacobson, while Jordan is led by coach Chad Fifey. Kershaw takes a grounder that bounces off the groin of Bolander, but it took such a fortunate bounce that it landed back in the first baseline, where Zimmerman from first was able to scoop it up and get the tag on the upcoming Kershaw. So a phenomenal play made by Zimmerman, involved with a lot of luck, gets the Beetdiggers retired. Got the job done for the Wasps. It'll bring them back to bat to face Evan Atkinson, who was hit late, but still yielded no outs. Due up for those Wasps, it'll be Jack Bluth, Carter Bukad, and Tragan Shaw. This is our first game on the day that's had no runs scored in the first inning. We had an upset in our afternoon game with Bountiful, 10th seed, able to knock off Orem, the 9th seed, sending them to the loser's bracket. And our first one was a 5-inning mercy. The Lehigh Pioneers taking care of the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. So Jack Bluth, the senior second baseman, awaits the pitch. Thought about swinging at it. Probably should have, as it was a strike. Atkinson forces Bluth to foul another off. Atkinson, 5-1 record on the season, 4.51 the ERA. Made 8 appearances on the season. Second consecutive pitch fouled off by Bluth. Atkinson looking for what would be a second strikeout. Will not capture on the outside pitch. Beetdiggers fans did not agree with our call from home plate umpire. 1-2. It's chopped foul. So 5 pitches into the at-bat. 3 have been fouled off. Bluth awaiting the delivery. Avoids the inside pitch to bring the count to 2-2. Atkinson shakes off a few calls, then delivers. What is another ball? The third straight one delivered. Atkinson in danger of walking his first batter as Bluth has been able to fight back in the count. 3-2 pitch is low. So Bluth was at 0-2, but ends up fighting back to make it to first.
The shortstop, number 11,
Carter Buchad, the sophomore shortstop, now due up. Going back to Atkinson, some more of his numbers on the season. He's pitched 35 in 2 innings. As Booth's going to go for it. Will he be retired? Yes, he will. What a throw made by Cade Nalder from the catcher's spot. He connects with Carter Perry, who came over to cover second base, and the second baseman able to get the tag out and retire Bluth. Buchad chops it, foul, so we'll do it again. Atkinson's given up 43 hits, 29 runs, 23 of those earned, 12 walks to 38 strikeouts, and he's faced 167 batters on the season. Oh, to the count again. This one delivered low into the outside by Atkinson. One-two delivery. Similar spot to the outside. Buchad looking to be the third hit of the day on Atkinson. So we've once again had Atkinson ahead in the count at 0-2 with a Wasp able to fight back. Full count. This one results in a strikeout. Buchad goes down swinging. That'll bring up Tragan Shaw, the junior right fielder. So Buchad retired. Carter Buchad struck out. Jack Bluth was caught stealing. That one fouled back by Shaw, who awaits the delivery. One count. Shaw resets. That one squeezes past the glove of Nalder. 2-1 the count with 2 outs. Shaw bites, evening the count at 2 apiece. Atkinson hunting for his second consecutive strikeout. It would be his third of the game. He likes the pitch. He'll deliver. Gets him to bite. A frustrated Shaw is retired. Strong start for Evan Atkinson. We'll see if the 3-seeded Beetdiggers can get after it at the bats. Bottom of the second, set to get underway. Due up for the Jordan Beetdiggers. It'll be Cade Nalder, Evan Atkinson, the pitcher, and Colton Austin. Nalder, the junior catcher, is one of the ones responsible for that phenomenal tag at second, in which Booth was retired on the other end. One-0 the count. This one's lifted into center field, taking a bounce. Swaps chasing after it. It's going to be at least a double for Nalder. That's going to be a triple as he dives and slides in. He's elated. His teammates are loving it as he celebrates emphatically. So Nalder with a huge hit, the first one for the Beetdiggers on the day.
The pitcher, number 21, Evan Atkinson. Coming in as a courtesy runner, number 2, Zach Austin.
So Zach Austin is going to replace Nalder. I might imagine Atkinson might be replaced as well if he's able to land on base, as he's now due up. For Jackson Bolander on the season, he's pitched 44 innings, allowed 35 hits, 14 runs, 11 of those earned, 42 strikeouts to 14 walks, only giving up 1 homer in 182 batters faced. Season ERA 1.75 and a 2-0 record in 9 appearances. Another sails to the outside, so 2 straight balls delivered by Bolander. Will try to resettle in after being rocked by Nalder. Atkinson chops one. That places perfectly in the hands of Wilson. And Wilson able to tag out Nalder. What an insane double play. So that ball hit directly at Wilson, who's able to secure the catch off the bounce. Oh, excuse me, did take a bounce first. So Atkinson was safe on first, but because of that, tag Nalder was tagged out. Colton Austin, the DH, due up after the phenomenal play by Wilson to retire the pinch runner for the Beetdiggers, chasing him down. The lone out in the inning with Austin, the DH, a junior, allowing ball 2 to pass. Austin ahead in the count 2-0. Awaits the pitch from Bolander. This one's lifted into shallow left field. So 2 on base for the Beetdiggers after Austin's.
Playing third base, number 24, Colby Carter.
Soft line drive dropped into left. That'll bring out Kobe Carter, the junior third baseman. Just 1 out in the inning. Opportunity for the Beetdiggers to bring in some runs. Swinging and getting nothing is Carter. Bolander resets. Checks behind him. Delivers. Ball 2. Carter looking to bring in will be the first runs of the game. Chops one foul. So it's Carter. He'll be followed by Kobe Carter, then followed by Carter Perry, who's on deck. As the Beetdiggers look to notch their first win of play. Starts offensively. This one breaks in. It's hit off the wall into left field. And they're going to score not one, but two Beetdiggers. Off the double from Kobe Carter. That was drilled down the third baseline to the back of the UCCU wall. Beetdiggers are excited as they scored the first 2 runs and take the 2-run lead.
Playing second base, number 4, Carter Perry.
And I'll bring up the other Carter, but this one with the first name, Carter Perry. So Kobe Carter at second. Colton Austin makes it to second. Outside pitch nearly got away. Misspoke. Beetdiggers only brought in 1. As Austin was forced to hold up. At third, thought he would have been able to make it home, but he's unable to. Still a 1-0 lead with just 1 out. This one's lifted over everyone's heads into foul territory. Perry, the junior second baseman, will step out, take a practice swing, and step back in. Perry bites, gets nothing. Bolander looking for his first strikeout. Could he capture it here? Not on that pitch. 2-2 the count. Perry will reset once again as he steps in. Bolander awaits him to be ready. Fires the pitch. This one sent high into right field. Tag up opportunity for Austin, who heads home and will make it home. Just as Kobe Carter makes it to third. So the sacrifice fly from Carter Perry brings in 1 run.
Right fielder, number 6, Bridger Beecham.
So Jordan now with 2 runs on the board and 2 outs in the inning. On the count as Bridger Beecham a junior left fielder awaits the delivery, and he's retired. He goes down looking. The first strikeout captured by Bolander will leave Carter Perry stranded. So Jordan takes the early lead 2-0. We move into the third with the Beetdiggers in front. This one chopped to Carter, who makes the grab.
Left fielder, number 14, Crew Erickson.
So Crew Erickson now due up. Erickson struck out in his last at-bat. Erickson on the season, batting .425, 73 at-bats, has 31 hits. Struck out 9 times, 4 walks. To the count. This one's fouled off into the dugout. Of Wasatch. Erickson lets the first ball of the at-bat pass wide to the right. Evan Atkinson. This one's chopped over to Williams, who throws a high, inaccurate ball, forcing Kershaw to come off first, allowing Erickson to be safe. That could be our first error of the game. Charge to Williams. In fact, it will be the first error as Chet Wilson returns. Wilson had the high chopper that went over to Carter on third, which he fielded and got to first in time. Bunt attempt showed, but unsuccessful. Wilson's batting .286, 70 at-bats, has 20 hits. He struck out 11 times on the season with 14 walks sprinkled in. Trails in the count 0-1. We'll see if he goes for the bunt again. This one's set high. I can't tell if it'll be right or center fielder who takes it, and it'll be Stockton Mathis, the center fielder, who decides to get under it. So Wilson is retired on the high flyer. That'll bring up Jackson Bolander with Erickson on first. Bolander at the bats. Has 19 hits on the season in those 38 at-bats. He's batting .500 on the season. Five strikeouts and 5 walks to his name. That's how the pitcher stacks up inside the batter's box. Often stands on the mound. He faces off against Bolander for the second time. Or Atkinson for the second time. Bolander was the first hit of the day on accident on Atkinson when he ripped one into left field. Bolander knocks one back. So 2 outs in the inning. The first one came off the stalking grounder. The second one off the Wilson fly into right center field. Our count currently at 2-2 with 2 outs. Atkinson checks first, locks in, delivers. A ball to the outside, so full count reached in our pitcher-pitcher matchup. Bolander Chops it back. Moving on, first contact was Erickson, who will be forced to head back. This one sent into right field. That's going to bring in Erickson as he rounds third. It'll be a double. But Bolander was at full count and rocked one. That one nearly reached the wall. What a hit. Allows Wasatch to pull within one. So the big time 2-out shot. McPhee takes his place at second once again, but Cole Zimmerman returns. Zimmerman was the second hit of the day, sending one into center field. Zimmerman batting .286 on the season in 56 at-bats. Has 16 hits. Make it 17 after his earlier one. He's brought in 12 runs on the season. Bolander only had 7 runs coming into today's game. We'll make that 8 now. Atkinson retires Zimmerman, his 4th strikeout of the game, but Beetdiggers get out of the inning. But for Wasatch, they score a run, pulling within one. We'll see if Jordan can increase their lead when we return to UCCU Ballpark. Back here at Utah Valley University, your home for 5A bracket play. Be Stockton Mathis, the first batter of the order for the Beetdiggers, followed by Hunter Gotti and Kershaw in the hole. Mathis drilled one on a hop that reached Bluth at second. He was able to make the play and retire him. Mathis sends one into right field. Be at least a double. We'll see if he'll try to turn it into 3. He decides to settle. Call's made by Coach Fifey, but a hot start for Mathis. Send in run exactly where Bolander.
Left fielder, number 8, Hunter Gotti.
Mathis is batting .451 on the season. With that hit, his 42nd. Waiting for the delivery from Bolander. He checks back. Finds the strike zone. For Gotti, the junior. .84 at-bats. Has 44 hits. That mark leads the team. This one a chopper that's well played off the bounce by Boucad at shortstop, who retires him at first. That was a tough bounce, but not a problem for Carter Boucad. It does send Mathis over to third with Cole Kershaw returning. Kershaw, last time we saw him, had the weird ball that took a bounce off the mound. It went off Bolander's thigh and rolled down to the first base line directly to Zimmerman. Kershaw batting .451. 37 hits to his name on the season. One out in the inning. Kershaw lifts it high. Calling for it is Zimmerman, who makes the grab. So right down the first base line. I'll bring up Cade Nalder. It was the first hit that Bollinger surrendered on the day. He sent one to center field the last time we saw him. So he can do here. Nalder. That's ball one pass. He's batting .512 on the year. Has 42 hits. He's also brought in 41 runs. 41 runs brought in, leads the team. And he's got a great opportunity to add to that total. But not here, as this one drilled enter center field and will be caught by Swap. So Jordan leaves one on off the Nalder pop out as we remain a 2-1 game. Beetdiggers left one stranded on, but still hold a 2-1 lead over the Wasps. Do it for those Wops will be Peyton Swap, Jack Bluth, and Carter Bucad. Evan Erickson, through 13 batters faced, has 4 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Surrendered the 1 run in the top of the third. He's given up 3 hits on the day. Swap. Dips inside to avoid the pitch. Just a little over 45 minutes played into our game. As the low ball passes. Jordan was 21-6 on the season, the strong 15-3 in-region play we talked about. They had multiple win streaks on the season, exceeding 5 games. Coming into this one, they're currently on a 7-game win streak. We'll see if they can keep it going versus the Wasps. 2-2 the count. Swap. Dodges another inside. So we sit at 3-2. This one a slow roller to Carter. But he gets the throw in time. Retiring Swap for the second straight at-bat. Then I'll bring up Jack Bluth. Bluth walked in his last plate appearance, but Bluth was the one who was caught stealing second, where he was retired. Bluth batting .385, has 25 hits to his name. Looking back at Swap's numbers, he was .340. 17 hits. Oh, to the count. Bluth awaits the pitch. Atkinson Forces Bluth to foul it off to stay alive. Bluth was able to walk to first after fighting at back. He fouled a number of balls off in the count, reaching full. Bluth chops this one directly to Kershaw, who taps first with ease. So Bluth retired off the grounder to first. That'll bring up Carter Buchad. Now due up. Buchad batting .241, 58 at-bats, has 14 hits. It's tied for third on the team, and runs brought in. 2 outs now in the inning for the Beetdiggers as they look to swat the Wasps. This one will break through. The short hopper up the gut. Reaches Mathis.
Right fielder, number 15, Tragan Shaw.
Tragan Shaw now due up. Shaw struck out swinging in his last plate appearance. It ended the second inning. Now in the top of the fourth, he looks for a more productive at-bat. Shaw on the season. He's batting .310. Has 13 hits in 42 at-bats. Swinging and going for second, but they're unable to get the tag out. Has the speed of Buchad pays off. For Buchad, that is his 6th stolen base on the season. One the count. So the tying run seated on second in Buchad. Shaw ahead in the count, 2-1. Strike passes through, evening the count. Atkinson in search of his 5th strikeout. Checks back, delivers. This one sails. Trying to get back on it is Mathis. He'll be unable to as Buchad crosses home. Wasps tie the game off the huge double from Shaw. Kelson Stocking, the last batter of the order, with Erickson on deck. We have a tie game for the first time today. Stocking grounded out to first. Check that to third in his last plate appearance. One the count. Atkinson once again looking to get the Beetdiggers out of the inning. Won't happen here. That line drive sails into center field. And crossing home off the slide and giving the Wasps the lead is Tegan Shaw. Off the stocking single that brings in the game-leading run. This is some big-time offense taking shape as the Wasps swarm the Beetdiggers. Still 2 outs. With Eckerson due up for the 3rd time today. Sulzer takes first. Eckerson struck out swinging his first at bat, but in the second was able to reach first on our lone error of the game. This one sent to right and easily caught by Beecham. 2-run score for Wasatch as they take the lead 3-2 over Jordan. We're halfway through our 3rd game of the day here at Utah Valley University, UCCU Ballpark, your home for the UHSAA 5A baseball tournament. The winner of this game will go on to once again play at 4:30 tomorrow versus the winner of the Olympus Salem Hills game. The loser of this game will play in our first game of the afternoon at 11 tomorrow. So Evan Atkinson gave up 2 runs. He's been hit 6 times on the day, and he's now due up to face Bolander. That's the first strike pass. So it'll be Atkinson, Austin, and Carter all due up. One the count. Atkinson takes a hack. He'll get nothing. One, two. As this one's fouled back. Bolander's given up 4 hits so far, and he'll be able to retire Atkinson after that one. Colton Austin, the DH, returns. He sent one to left field the last time we saw him. Look to put the ball in play once again. This one sails into the bullpen of the Wasps. Austin, batting .500 on the season, has 13 hits and 13 runs brought in. This is a team for the Beetdiggers that is very prolific at the bats. Gotti bats .524, Nalder .512, just mentioned Austin at .500. He has 13 hits on the season. 2-1 the count. Now 2-2. Bolander looking for the second out of the inning. Could come on this pop fly. It sails out to Shaw, who easily makes the grab. Kobe Carter now due up.
Third baseman, number 24, Kobe Carter.
Carter drove in the first run of the game for the Beetdiggers in the bottom of the second, when his grounder squeezed past third and was sent with some power all the way to the wall. But this time, he's easily retired as Bluth comes out, makes the grab, and makes it 3 up, 3 down just as quickly. Wasatch makes quick work of Jordan, and we'll move into the 5th. 3-2 our score remains at UCCU ballpark. Wasps back at the bats. It'll be Chet Wilson, Jackson Bullender, and Cole Zimmerman all due up. Look at Wilson's day. Had the high chopper to third, which he was still retired on, then drove out to center, left field. Atkinson gave up the 2 runs before. He looked to steady the ship versus the Wasps. This one lifted into left field. And that's gone. The deceptive looking home run. What a blast from Chet Wilson. The huge hit to get the 5th inning going as he stomps on home plate emphatically. Greeted by Wasatch. His teammates are fired up. What a huge play. 4-2. Our ball game shifts again. So Atkinson will look to respond against Bullender. It's the 2nd home run we've had today at the park. Wilson swung at it low and sailing on it. It looked like it didn't quite have enough to get out, but it did. This one looks to be an easy out for Kershaw, who comes off first and gets the grab, nearly falling in the process. Cole Zimmerman returns. Zimmerman struck out the last time we saw him back in the 1st inning. Sent one into center field. This chopper, well caught by Atkinson, who gets the pitch out to Kershaw. Atkinson had to extend for it, but he was able to get it with the reach and get a quick 2nd out. Peyton Swap returns. Swap yet to reach base today. Will it come here? It was bobbled for a moment. The speed of Swap pays off as the closing Kobe Carter from third couldn't get it out of his glove and into his hand in time to rifle it over. So the speed of Swap pays off. Jack Bluth returns to home plate. Walked in his first at-bat, then was caught stealing. Had a grounder directly to first in his last plate appearance. Oh, 1 the count. 2 outs. Wasatch hunting for the upset over Jordan. Oh, 1 the count remains after the unsuccessful pickoff attempt. Atkinson delivers a ball that's fouled back by Bluth. 0-2 the count. Atkinson still hasn't gotten his 5th strikeout. His last one occurred at the end of the 3rd. Can he find it in the bottom? Or excuse me, top of the 5th. Atkinson sets, delivers. A ball that's slapped foul by Bluth. Bluth continues to foul off ball after ball. He's done so all game. Does not want to go down. As he awaits the pitch. 2-2, our count evens after the high delivery by Evan Atkinson. Bluth steps back in. And fouls yet another back to stay alive. Swap remains settled on first. As Bluth and Atkinson have another lengthy at-bat. 2-2 pitch. Is to no one's surprise fouled off by Bluth. Wasatch with 8 hits to just 4 for Jordan. So the bats coming to life for the Wasps. And they've taken advantage, doubling them up in the hits department, and now doubling them up in the lead department as well, holding the 4-2 advantage. Atkinson is ripped off the bat by Bluth, who sends it into center field. Swap will hold up at third, but Bluth has been battling all game, waiting for the opportunity, and it finally comes as he smokes that one.
The shortstop, number 11, Carter Bouquet.
So Bouquet returns to home plate in his last at-bat. Had a grounder that broke right up the gut for a base hit. Before that, he struck out. Looks to keep the run going. This one a slow hopper, well fielded by Williams, who gets it over to first. And Kershaw taps the bag for the out. So Atkinson gives up the home run to Chet Wilson. But Wasatch leaves 2 runners on, but they maintain their lead 4-2 as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Carter Perry returns after Carter Bouquet was retired at first to turn things over for Jordan as they trail 4-2. Grounded, fielded by Bouquet. And a great catch. Oh, he was off the bag. So Cole Zimmerman looked like he made a spectacular outreach catch, but the off-target throw from Bouquet forced him off the bag. So a runner on base off the first pitch. So Bridger Beecham returns. The last time we saw Beecham, he struck out swinging. Fourth hit of the game. Bunt attempt is an unsuccessful one.
Can we ask you to please return all foul balls to the nearest dugout?
Oh, 1 the count. Facing Beecham, who shows bunt. This is a fair attempt, fielded by Zimmerman, who turns as Bluth came over to cover second. But the runner able to advance exactly as Coach Fifey planned it. Going to bring back up Stockton Mathis. Mathis awaits the pitch. Looking to reach base for the second time today. He had a double in his last at-bat. That was nearly a disaster for the Wasps. Stocking fired the ball over to Chet, but it squeezed out of the top of his glove. Some stellar base running by Carter Perry as he makes it to third. The lone out in the inning, courtesy of the sacrifice bunt. Jordan trying to lower the deficit to just one. Back-to-back balls delivered, 3-1 our count. Going to see a mound meeting take place as Stocking and Wilson come together, talk about how they want to play it. Mentioned Mathis sent one into right field the last time we saw him. Before that, drilled one on a hop to Bluth, was able to field it and connect with Zimmerman on first to retire him. 2-1 the count. As the ball's fouled back. And they get him to bite. He goes down watching. Does Mathis. As Bolander gets just his third strikeout of the game in what's been a very strong outing by him. The 3 a deceptive number is only allowed 4 hits up to this point, the 2 runs. But now 3 Ks for Bolander with Hunter. Gotti now returning to home plate. Gotti will look to bring in Perry, who's currently settled on third. Jackson Bolander sends it in, and it squeezes past Wilson. And it will bring in Perry. So the RBI single for the Beetdiggers comes courtesy of Hunter Gotti.
First baseman, number 44, Cole Kershaw.
Cole Kershaw now due up. Kershaw lifts one. Back, it'll take a bounce, colliding with the fence. It's going to be a double for Kershaw. On the move and tying things up is Gatt. So Gotti crosses home place. And we have a tie ball game at UCCU Ballpark. 4-4 off the huge hit from Kershaw, who now is seated on second. Coach Fife has to love what he's seeing from his team. Head coach for Wasatch, McKay Jacobson, can watch on as the Beetdiggers start to make contact off Bolander. Caden Alder now due up. He launched one to center field in his first at-bat before flying out to right center field the last time we saw him. So 4-4 the score. One the count. Kershaw, the lone runner, on second. Nalder chops it foul. He trails in the count, 1-2. Caden Alder lets the outside ball pass, evening the count at 2-2. Bolander looking to get out of the inning. As Jordan has now scored 2 runs off him. This one fouled off. The first drove in by Gotti. The second one by Kershaw to tie things up. One error attributed to each team. Nalder sends it into right field. That takes a bounce. That'll bring in Kershaw. So 3 runs for Jordan, and they are fired up about it. They come in to greet Kershaw. What a hit by Nalder. That's the the third double of the inning. And he is fired up about it as he heads back to the dugout. Atkinson returns. Zach Austin, the pinch runner, to second. So what a response by Jordan, allowing them to take the 5-4 lead off the explosive 5th inning. Had some monster hits launched into center and right field. Jordan not a fan of that strike call. Atkinson. Pulls ahead in the count, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch set to be delivered. And it'll even things up in our count. In the 4th and 5th inning combined so far, we've had 6 combined runs scored. Before that, it was combined 3 runs. And another ball delivered by Bolander will allow Atkinson, his fellow pitcher, to take the walk. There is no one warming up for Wasatch, but Coach Jacobson is going to make his way out to the mound to talk things over with his guy. As they're trying to figure things out. Pinch running for Atkinson. It's going to be Oakland Vigil. Colton Austin returns to face Bolander. Last time we saw him, he flew out into right field. He chops this one foul. Won the count. Make it 1-1 with that pitch. 2 runners on for Jordan. They already captured the lead. Can they extend it? That pitch fouled off the bat of Austin. We'll take a moment to reset before stepping back in. Bolander delivers a pitch that's fouled off. This one sent into right field, center right field. It'll take a bounce, reaching the wall, and that'll score not just one, but two Beetdiggers. Both the pinch runners for Jordan score, and that is a fired up Colton Austin, as he should be. The big time triple brings in two more runs. It's a 7-4 ball game at Utah Valley. So Austin battled, stepped out, took a few practice swings, and it paid off. 5 runs now in the inning for Jordan. They trailed 4-2. So they trailed 4-2 coming into this one, and have exploded in an offensive flurry since. This one lifted to Zimmerman on first, who retires Carter. Second straight at-bat he's been retired, but 5 runs. The first one was brought in by Gotti, then Kershaw, Nalder, and the big one, Colton Austin, with the 2 runs brought in, sending one deep into right field, bounced off our fence. What a performance in the bottom of the 5th for the offense of the Beetdiggers. We have 2 innings remaining. Both Atkinson and Bolander just at about 90 pitches. So we start to see action get going in the bullpen for the Wasps. And for Jordan, Atkinson will actually step off the mound. We're going to see a new pitcher. Jordan has opted to go with Kobe Carter. Comes over from third. So Carter takes the mound. So Tegan Shaw will do a first as he lets strike one pass. So it'll be Shaw stalking, then we'll turn it back to the top of the order. With Erickson in the hole. Shaw currently in the hole, 0-2. One, two, the count after the first ball delivered by Carter. Carter sets, delivers. Second consecutive ball. A reminder, we do have one more game coming up tonight. It'll be the 4th seeded Olympus Titans taking on the 12th seeded Salem Hills Skyhawks. This one lands on the roof of UCCU Ballpark. So Carter Perry shifted over from second to third. Drop 3, strikeout to go. Shaw thought he fouled it off. Instead, he's retired. First strikeout in the first batter faced for Kobe Carter. Evan Atkinson moves over to second. So Jordan, as another strike is delivered, this one to Stocking, who last time we saw him, Ham and Shaw both had strong hits, drilling them to center field, both bringing in runs in that productive fourth inning. This one sails high. Looked like it's going to be in foul territory and just outside Beecham's reach. Oh, 2 the count. Jordan is now 5 outs away from advancing to take on the winner of that Olympus Salem Hills game. One-two count. Grounded to Williams, who makes the throw. And Kershaw wasn't able to step on the bag, but instead he just sticks the glove out and tags the passing Stocking and got him right on the head. Nearly looked like a clothesline. That'll bring up Crew Erickson, who ended the fourth inning when he flew out into right field the last time we saw him. Lone base appearance of the day, came off the only error charged to the Beetdiggers on the day. Wasps with 2 outs now, looking to capture the same offensive momentum. Good start to this at-bat for Wasatch with 2 straight balls delivered by Carter. Erickson nearly swung at it, decided not to. It was a mistake, as it will be a strike, so 2-1 the count. Carter in danger of walking his first batter as he sets, delivers. So of the 5 pitches, 4 of them balls, just the lone strike. As Erickson takes the walk. Just the second walk of the game allowed by a Beetdigger pitcher, whether it was Atkinson or Carter. That'll bring up Chet Wilson, who takes a big exhale. The last time we saw Wilson, he launched one into left field. It was a big home run. This one, a short chopper, and misplayed by Atkinson. It reflects off his glove. So Wilson takes first off the chopper, while Erickson advances to second, meaning the tying run is now at the place in Jackson Bolden, the pitcher and DH. Had a strong outing on the mound until giving up 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. We'll see how he stabilizes his energy to the offensive end. Kobe Carter checks behind. That misplayed ball by Atkinson, the second error of the game. So Erickson was the beneficiary of the first error, who's currently on second. Then the Wilson, the beneficiary of the second error. 2 straight balls delivered by Carter with 2 runners on. Carter. Grounder. Force out on second is a go. Boston Williams connects with Atkinson, who came over to cover the second. And they leave 2 runners stranded on for Wasatch. So Beetdiggers maintain their 7-4 lead. They'll look to build off it. When we return, you're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind. The Beetdiggers opt to make a change on the mound. The Wasps will opt to do the same as Carter Perry is due up to face Garrett Baxter, who takes the mound. For the Wasps, this one pops straight up, and Bluth easily makes the grab for the quick out on Perry. A reminder, our nightcap featuring Olympus taking on Salem Hills, which has big implications for both these teams as it determines who they face in the 4:30 winners bracket game and the 11 a.m. losers bracket game. But that game's scheduled for 7. This one, another easy pop out as Swap makes the grab. So Stockton Mathis now steps up. Both Perry and Beecham swung at the first pitch. Both popped out or flew out with ease. Mathis. Oh, 1 the count. So Garrett Baxter delivers another ball that's ripped down to first. Or check that, it actually is still. So that is still Jackson Bolander. The 8 and the 6 numbers just look extremely similar. This one chopped to Boucad, who gets the out. So Jackson Bolander remained on the mound and got the job done for Wasatch. As there were no runs, no hits, no errors, meaning we enter the 7th. The Wasps have 3 outs left if they want to advance in the winners bracket. We welcome you back inside to Utah Valley University at UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah, for what could be the final frame as the Wasatch Wasps. We'll try that again, Wasatch Wasps are down to Cole Zimmerman, Peyton Swap, and Jack Bluth. Kobe Carter was hit a few times, but still got the outs needed in the top of the 6th. As Carter delivers. Jordan, the 3 seed, looking to advance. Wasatch, the 13 seed, looking for the upset. One, the count moves. Zimmerman grounded out to Atkinson when he was still in the game on the mound. Struck out before that. Hasn't had a hit since the first inning. That'll change here as he lifts one into left field. Could be a double, but it's going to be close. So what a way to start off the top of the 7th for the Wasps as Zimmerman slices one into left field. That'll bring up Peyton Swap. Swap reached first the last time we saw him at the plate before that. Ground out and flew out. For the Wasps, the tying run is on deck. So they're going to need to bring a few more in if they want to get back into it. Carter delivers the outside pitch. Is some action going in the bullpen for the Beetdiggers, so they can make a change if they need to. But Carter's been strong so far. Gave up the initial hit in the top of the 7th. We'll see how he stabilizes. Swap. Drops one into right field. That takes a high bounce. And it will score. Cole Zimmerman. So the big-time single from Swap, his 2nd consecutive one, brings in the 5th run of the day for Wasatch. The Wasps. With a strong response here early. They lead the hits department 11-8, despite not winning the game at the moment. So Jack Bluth returns. Bluth drove one where we just saw Swap send his into right field. This one popped up under it is Hunter Gott, and he'll make the grab. So just 2 outs separate Jordan from advancing. The tying run for Wasatch stepping up to home plate. And it's going to be a pinch hitter. Alex Gutierrez. It's going to be pinch hitting for Carter Bacard, Bacad. Alex Gutierrez awaits the delivery. Swap remains settled on first, as Gutierrez will look to advance him. That ball slapped foul.
Again, we ask you to please return all foul balls to the nearest dugout.
0-1 the count. Gutierrez awaits the delivery. Instead, it'll be a pickoff attempt. Once again, unsuccessful. Gutierrez sends it. Will it die? Just in time for Hunter Gatt to make the grab in left field. So Gutierrez retired off. Gutierrez and Bluth back-to-back flies out into left field. 1 out, all that separates Jordan from advancing. The 3-seeded Jordan Beetdiggers in strong position to move on. The 13th ranked Wasatch Wasps. Still in it though with the tying run. At bat. Dragan Shaw. Shaw struck out the last time we saw him. Shaw was the first batter Kobe Carter faced. This one, a ground ball that's going to break through. Reaching Mathis in center field. So the single soars past the diving Boston Williams. That'll bring up Kelson Stocking. For Stocking, grounded out in his first plate appearance, drove a run in his second one, lifting a ball into center left field. And he was retired. In his last plate appearance, doing so here would end the game. Allows the first strike to pass. Stocking rips one into right field. It takes a bounce and will load the bases up. Or not. As off a bobbled ground ball from Beecham out in right field. they decide to stand in. Swap, who scores the tying run on second. Our game 7-6 at the moment. The huge hit by Stocking will bring up Crew Erickson. It's been a fun one at UCCU Ballpark. This is our closest game of the day to this point. One will advance, one will enter the loser's bracket. As we'll see who it will be. Jordan talks things over on the mound. Coach Fifey, or excuse me, Fi-Fi. Coach Fifey's done with his conversation. Tying run on second. Crew Erickson due up. Kobe Carter awaits the pitch. And he hit Erickson, so bases now loaded. So Chet Wilson returns. Wilson had the home run earlier. He talks things over with Coach Jacobson, and then will now step into the batter's box. Wilson will look to make a play. Carter ready for the delivery. The first strike passes by Wilson. The tying run on third. And Tegan Shaw on first. Is Erickson, and on second is Stocking, but it all comes down to Wilson versus Carter. Breaking ball sails to the outside. 1-1 the count. Top of the seventh. Jordan can get out of it here. They won't need the bottom. This one fouled back. So Kobe Carter just one pitch away from getting his team out of it. The right-hander sets. Delivers. This one sent high. It breaks over. That's going to bring in not just one or two. It'll bring in 3 Wasps. What a huge hit from Chet Wilson, who gives his team the 9-6 advantage. Excuse me, 9-7 advantage. So what a hit by Wilson. The outstretched arms of Williams were unable to grab it. And that was the one they needed before, as Jordan gets the easy out, retiring Jackson Bollender. So Jordan going to need 2 runs if they want to send this one into extra, or more than that if they want to win it. What a response by the Wasps. We move into the bottom of the 7th in a thrilling game. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind. Himself an afternoon. In his third at-bat, he had a huge home run for Wasatch. And then most recently just brought 3 runs in the top of the 7th to give his team the lead. The Wasps have 14 hits in this one. And Jackson Bullender remains their man on the mound as the Wasps are 3 outs away from the upset over the 3-seeded Jordan Beetdiggers. If Wasatch was able to hold on and win, they would go on to play the winner of Olympus Salem Hills. That game's scheduled for 4:30 tomorrow. In that case, the losers, Jordan, would go down and play the losers of the Olympus Salem Hills game. But there is still a lot of baseball left to be played here at UCCU Ballpark. Appreciate all of you who have tuned in for this one and all of our other contests today. A tying run on deck. First it'll be Hunter Gotti. Last time we saw Gotti, he drove in a run. He'll need another big hit here. He gets it started with a line drive to center field. Cole Kershaw now due up. Kershaw, the tying run at home. Brought in a run the last time he was up, as did Cade Nalder, who's on deck. And what a game it's been between Jordan and Wasatch. Depending on the timing of this one ending, our second game, our final game of the night, could be slightly delayed, which we'll give you updates on that as we hear them throughout the contest, if it is. But at the moment, a thrilling game ensuing here at Utah Valley University. There are bodies in the bullpen for Wasatch at the moment, but this has been Jackson Bullender's game all the way. He's allowed 9 hits to this point. Wasatch still leads the hitting department 14-9. 3 combined errors, 2 by Jordan. As the grounder gets to Bluth, flips it to Bouquet. Did they get the double play? They did. Cole Zimmerman taps first. What a delivery by Bouquet on second as they retire Kershaw. Our first double play of the game. And Coach Fifey is not happy about it. And Coach Fifey's going to make his way over to first to talk things over with our first base umpire. From Coach's angle, he thought Kershaw was safe. As our discussion ensues at the moment. Kershaw remains hopeful he'll be allowed to return to second. Doesn't look like he will be. And the call's going to stand. So what a double play by the Wasps. Looking sharp defensively. It all comes down to Cade Nalder with Evan Atkinson on deck. Jordan trails by 2 runs at the moment. Wasatch and Coach McKay Jacobson's squad 1 out away from capturing the upset. First pitch is a strike delivered by Bullender. That ball just to the outside. So 2 outs, a 1-1 count. Wasatch crowd growing frustrated. At the second called ball, Nalder has reached base in 2 of 3 appearances today at the plate. He takes a hack and gets nothing at that one. 1 strike. All Bullender needs to end it. As the Wasatch faithful rise to their feet, they can sense how close they are. This one popped over everyone's heads as it sails foul and lands on top of us here in the press box. Bullender. This would be his 4th strikeout of the day. He's got it. What a pitch by Jackson Bullender, and what a performance by the Wasps as they knock off the 3-seeded Jordan Beetdiggers. The Wasatch Wasps will advance, and they'll take on the winner of the Olympus Salem Hills game. That's scheduled for 4:30 tomorrow. So once again, Jordan in the winners, Wasatch in the winners bracket will play at 4:30 tomorrow, while Jordan will play at 11 tomorrow in our losers game against Olympus versus Salem Hills, the loser bracket game. But what a performance by Jackson Bullender. Got to give sign to Chet Wilson as well, who was phenomenal, bringing in 3 runs late, had the home run earlier. But huge performances, stepping up big time, was Coach McKay Jacobson's squad, and they shined. They captured the 9-7 win as the 13th-seeded Wasatch Wasps get the upset over the Jordan Beetdiggers, the 3-seed, here at UCCU Ballpark. I'm JT Wistersill. Thank you for listening. Our next game will be due up in about 30 minutes. Have a great night, and thank you for watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.